Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Serena and today I'm going to do things a little differently. I want to talk about freedom, okay? And if most of you guys don't know, I'm not living in the States right now. I am living in South Africa. And so today is just another day for the South Africans. However, in the States right now, we have the 4th of July, Independence Day. It's all about freedom. And so I forgot about this actually until I received a text message this morning from one of my friends in Chicago being like, "Happy 4th of July, by the way." And I was like, oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me. So, I sat down and it was funny. I was sitting on a chair just like this, and I was sitting down and I was going to meditate, and I looked down and I saw I was wearing kind of spandex pants, and I saw my little tummy. And for some reason, guys, I'm approaching 27 years old. I don't work out like a crazy person. I do yoga and I stretch and swim and stuff like that, but I don't work out like a crazy person. And I'm approaching the baby age, right? I'm with a new partner. I feel this energy always in my womb space of this future child, let's put it that way, this future energy, this future child in my womb space. And so because of that, my belly has gotten soft. It's gotten soft and it's gotten rounder. And so I'm noticing that my body is changing, right? My body is changing with age. There's lines that are there that haven't used to be there. But the main thing is I was going to meditate and I was looking down, and the point of my meditation this morning was to be focused on self-love. And I look down and I see this belly, and instantly in my mind comes this thing of resentment towards my body and resentment towards the condition of myself. And this idea hit me that there's a deep sadness when I think about freedom, when I tap into this energy. And in the States, obviously, it's a whole weekend of partying and drinking and barbecues, and which in South Africa they would call them braais. Barbecues or braais, and just being with family, swimming. Usually the weather is pretty nice and it's hot, and it's just about being outside and having fun, right? Celebrating your freedom. And so I've been reflecting a lot on what makes us free, right? Because if you ask people, if you interviewed, 100 people on what their identification of freedom is, it would probably be pretty different for all of those people. And really what it comes down to is a feeling, right? It comes down to a feeling within ourselves of being free. And I was thinking, and it's going to make me emotional, but I was thinking of all the things, all the places where I limit myself because I care about what other people think, right? Or I look at my belly and I say, wow, I shouldn't have that. That shouldn't be there. I'm skinny, right? I'm small. So why should I have a belly? That doesn't make sense. That's not cool. And all these things that I do to myself throughout the day, right? Where I say, I really feel like dancing right now, but there's someone over there watching, so maybe I shouldn't dance, and all the places where I actually box myself in and tell myself that it's the outside circumstances that are trapping me. Raise your hand. How many times have you felt like you're trapped, like you're boxed in by life, like you have nowhere to go? But how many times have you really had nowhere to go? Most of the time, it's actually because we say, well, I can't do this because of this, this, and this, right? And I've done this, and I've been doing this. I said, I can't go where I want and do what I want because I don't have a car, okay? So then I got a car. So I changed my outside circumstance because I felt trapped. Rather than looking inside and saying, okay, how could I get places the way that I want? I could ask people for rides. I could get a bicycle. I could do so many things. I could walk, right? There's so many opportunities that we have, and the idea behind freedom, right, is that we always have a choice. We always have a choice. You're never actually boxed in. It's your mind. And freedom begins and ends in your mind. And so what I was really thinking about was how many times that, I expect something outside of me to fill me. And that's essentially making yourself a slave to something. That's trapping yourself. It's when I say, well, once I get this, then I'll be happy. Once I get this new outfit, then I'll be happy. Once I color my hair like this, then I'll be happy. Once I have this house, then I can do what I want. Once I have this partner, then I'll never be lonely anymore. And so, how many times do we project our ideals and our beliefs and our values onto the things outside of us to fill us, to make us happy, to make us feel more whole, more complete? And this is nothing more than a trap. It's an illusion of the mind, which if you watch my channel, you probably already know this because you probably already have been doing spiritual work on yourself. But what it really comes down to is, it might be an unpopular opinion, but freedom, nothing outside of yourself can make you more or less free, is really what it comes down to. And my goal for let's say the next 3 to 6 months, my goal for myself, and if you want to join me in this, put "let's go" in the comments, because let's go. Let's free ourselves. Let's truly, truly free ourselves. Let's break all the patterns, all the bondage that we have, that we limit ourselves within our own mind. Let's break it. What I want to do, and I journaled on this today, and I'm going to read it to you because it's right here. And I said, even in a partnership where I know I'm loved and supported, there are still times where I'm misunderstood. The limiting belief that keeps this sadness and this feeling of loneliness at the surface is that I keep expecting things outside of myself to fill me. I expect that if I have the right partner, I will feel like I belong. I expect that if I have the right house, I will be able to work. I expect if I buy new clothes or jewelry or hair products, I will feel prettier. I want to love myself exactly the way that I am right now. I don't want to be embarrassed by this little belly. I don't want to be feeling like I need to hide this little spot, right? I want to be able to look at myself right now, in this moment, literally right now as I am, and say, I love her. I love her. And I want you to be able to do this too. I want you to look at yourself right now, despite all the things that you think you need to fix in order to be happy, all the things that you need to fix about yourself, and say, I love myself. Freedom, true freedom, is not about fixing any outside circumstances. It's not about fixing this or fixing that or changing this or changing that. It's about saying, how can I love myself right now in this moment? Even if that's perceived as negative, even if I'm so depressed that I can hardly get out of bed, even if I'm sitting here and I'm disgusted with the way that I look, even if I'm watching this video and I'm thinking, that will never be me. I will never be like that. Then love that too. Because real freedom is about the ability to say that things don't have to be a certain way in order for me to give and receive love in this moment. Okay? Even this thing right here. Do you see that little wooden box? I almost didn't film this video because we just moved into a new place and this door here doesn't stay shut. So for some reason, it was very important to me in this video, because I was hyper fixating on things being perfect, right? And so I put that box there to try and keep the door shut. And then realized the other one does the same thing. So it wasn't helpful. But that was the idea, right? Is waiting every single moment for the conditions to be just right, for you to do the thing that you want to do, or for you to be the person that you want to be, or for you to act how you want to act, or for you to say how you want to say, or speak how you want to speak. If we wait until things are perfect, we will never live. We will never get our voice out there. You will never be heard. You'll never be heard and you'll never be seen. Because you're so worried about things being perfect. And I do this. I clearly do this. So me putting out this video today is in the face of freedom. In the face of all of the people and all of the times that you have felt boxed in, that you felt like somebody didn't care, where you felt misunderstood and like you didn't belong. It's not up to anybody else outside of you to make you feel like you belong. It's up to you to give yourself value and to say, this is my worth, this is where I belong, and I know this about myself. This is the number one most important thing when it comes to freedom, is freeing yourself. Nobody else outside of you is going to free you. You have to free you. And that may look different for every single person. That might look different for every single person that's watching this video now. But your freedom depends on you, and only you can give that to yourself. So let's go. Let's free ourselves. Let's work towards this together. Let's educate ourselves. Let's bring up our unconscious programming. Let's look at our shadows. Let's look at everything that we think we're not and everything that we think we're separate from, and let's claim it as our own, even if it's dark. And say, I love that part of myself too. And that part of myself is worthy of love. Freedom comes with the integration of the shadow. So you can be free in this moment. But freedom isn't what the society, the government, the neighbor next door, your parents, freedom isn't what people sold to you. Freedom is inside of you, and it always is. It never goes anywhere. You have access to it in every single moment. So let's make the choice to be free today. Happy 4th. Big love. Serena.